Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
SKYE Nicholson, a young lady trying to carve out a legacy for herself in boxing. WBC featherweight champion. 11-0 with only one stoppage. 28 years of age, from Australia. Amanda Serrano, she's got the rest of the straps. And she's one of the best in the business if you're talking about women's boxing. But if you want to be one of the best or the best, you've got to fight Amanda Serrano. And I just find there's this just strange energy about boxing where people try to discourage fighters from taking fights. She's repeated several times she wants to fight Amanda Serrano. Serrano's got Katie Taylor coming up, and she could be coming to the end of her career, so SKYE might not get the fight. That's fair enough. That's not Amanda ducking. So if she doesn't get the fight, she doesn't get the fight. But the whole notion that SKYE shouldn't call her out or ask for the fight to unify all the belts is ridiculous. And then people are suggesting that she's going to duck Tiara Brown, 17-0 with 11 knockouts. She looks pretty dangerous. And SKYE came out and said, I don't duck no fights. I don't duck fights. I'm here to fight. Here's her exact quote, where she responds to the suggestion she's going to duck Tiara. I don't and won't duck any fight. My resume and legacy in the end will speak for itself. It's up to the WBC which of them I fight. Talking about Raven Chapman or Tiara Brown. She's saying here she'll fight one after the other. Once I beat them both, before the end of the year, I will look to start collecting more belts. She wants to fight both of them this year. People suggesting she's going to duck the fight or she shouldn't take fights. What is all that about, really? What has happened to boxing? What is with that energy? If she loses, she loses. But she wants to challenge herself. There's people who don't want people to challenge themselves in boxing. They want it to keep it a certain way where only a certain amount of people who they like can play. It's just strange. She liked my comment when I said I like this young lady. Everybody's telling her to avoid fights when she wants to create a legacy. Big up, SKYE.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
According to BENN SHALOM, Team Eubank couldn't agree to a number they would accept to take the CANELO fight. 14th of September, Mexican Independence Day. So it's not happening. Speculation about what was offered, what CRUZ should have took. Some people are saying 2.5 would have been cool, 4 million would have been cool. There was speculation whether the fight was coming over to London, but with AJ taking on Daniel Dubois on the 21st and how much tickets they've sold already, that was a no-go. Eubank fumbles the bag yet again, like he did against Golovkin. We're still awaiting Conor Benn to get his license from the British Boxing Board of Control so he can fight in the UK again. He'll be very bankable for CRUZ. According to BENN SHALOM, there's a 4-fight list, hit list for Eubank. Terence Crawford, I think you can write that one off. You're not going to get Crawford. I mean, Boots is a better fight for Crawford than Eubank, and Canelo's a better fight for Crawford, providing Crawford gets past Madrimov. Let's not write Madrimov out the script yet. So, Canelo, Crawford, write them two off, and they're saying Conor Benn and Billy Joe Saunders. Well, at the moment, that reduces it to Conor Benn whenever he comes back, because Billy Joe Saunders... Anthony, I tell you what, Billy Joe Saunders can't fight right now. They showed a picture of him on Twitter. If that's a recent picture, he won't be fighting no time soon. He's not in shape. Billy's not in shape at all. Billy's probably maybe 15 stone, 16 stone right now. Billy can't fight right now. Can't even get down to light heavy right now. BENN SHALOM talking about the Conor Benn fight, what on SKYE? Conor Benn is a Matchroom fighter. And when I say that, he's not just signed to Matchroom, he's Matchroom Gym. Yeah, he's in the Matchroom Gym with Tony Sims, who is as loyal as anything to Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie's stuck through Conor, through thick and thin, with the Clofamine gate thing. You're not getting that fight. And Frank Smith said as much. That fight will not happen on SKYE. It will happen on DAZN. He said it the other week. So you can write that one off too. Unless Conor Benn has an about turn, that fight won't be happening on SKYE. Tony Sims used to spar Nigel Benn. Yeah? It's like family over there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Can he fight anyone from that 4-man list? You gotta get nobody. He's gonna have to ask for the winner out of Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark. He's bigger than his dad. His dad challenged Carl Thompson for the cruiserweight title back in the day, although that was at 190. So he could fight Chris Billion Smith maybe. That Trevor McCumbee pulled out of that interim fight with Caleb Plant, and they're looking to reschedule that event with a new opponent. That'd be a good fight, man. Eubank, Caleb Plant, but the money Chris is going to get for that? Nah, he's not about that life for them kind of purses. Be an excellent fight, though, at 168. Then he ends up number 2 in Boxrec's pound-for-pound UK rankings. They got AJ at number 1. Some people don't think AJ should be there. Hamza Shiraz at number 3. Lee Wood, number 4. Chris Billiam-Smith, number 5. Tyson Fury at number 6. Conor Benn, number 7. Daniel Dubois, number 8. Liam Smith, number 9. Jack Catterall, number 10. To be honest, it's all a little random. It's all a little all about the place. This algorithm shit, I don't know how it works. All I know is Eubank shouldn't be number 2. I mean, Joe Cordina lost the world title in his last fight, and he can't be seen anywhere. What, you just take him out completely? No Sonny Edwards.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
I mean, these guys, man, like Lomachenko planning to fight next year. I mean, how old is he going to be by then? How rusty is he going to be by then? Who's he going to fight? Like, let's keep it a buck. Tank and Shakur are in their 20s. There's a good chance they could look better than ever in their next fights. They're around their prime right now. So, if Tank looks really devastating next time out, what in your mind would suggest that Loma is going to go and fight that guy now, when Loma is inactive and an aging fighter? Somebody told me the other day, and I remember reading it when they brought it up. Lomachenko wanted to retire, but his dad wanted him to carry on. Does he actually really want to box? Or is he just trying to please his dad, who is obviously an excellent coach? Can't deny that.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
See, I'm like this. I don't like the Shakur fight unless they deal with the negotiate. It's not because they said nobody's scared of nobody in this game. Let's get that straight. The fighter's going to fight. We have to save the fighters from there and look at certain things. You need 2 fighters to engage. Shakur already sit there and say, I'm going to fight my fight. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's my job to crack that goddamn safe.
It's just semantics at this point. Who cares if you're scared? Why is it when people avoid fights, the fighter or the coach says, we're not scared, we're not scared? We don't care if you're not scared. You're not taking the fight. So whatever your reason is, you're not taking the fight. Now, if you're one of them hardcore Loma fanboys, you can't chime in on this to take Tank apart. Some of my subs can, who kept it real, but you can't. We take the whole timeline to task, not the parts that make us feel better. We take the whole of it to task, or we don't take none of it. You need 2 men to engage in all this shit. In other words, you're good at knocking out flat-footed pugs, slow fighters, with low boxing IQ, and that's how you're going to create this so-called legacy. The Tank fans tried to call Schofield Sr. out of his sexuality and whatnot because he pulled his card. Yeah, he pulled your card. Tank, Coach Calvin, pulled your card. Pitbull CRUZ next, I guess, for Tank.
And the survey said you're dead.
But here's what the survey says. Fight Hub poll. Now that Lomachenko's decided not to fight Tank, who should Tank fight next? Conor Benn 9%. William Zepeda 6%. Has only got 6%. Where's the Mexican fan base who wants to see him fight Tank? They don't believe in him because they know he's not ready. That's why he's fighting subpar opponents. And he's not a draw. There's the 6%. Conor Benn is not from the USA. He got more than him. Oh, William, every round throw the million. You better up it to 2 million and stop that gimmicky shit. Fight some proper opponents. Exposed. Pitbull CRUZ 23. Oh, the boring fighter Shakur got 60. That's who they want to see you fight, Tank.
Case closed.
2 out of 4 people on the poll wouldn't fight Shakur either. You know, if they ask Conor Benn if he'd fight Shakur Stevenson, you know what he'd reply and say.
How serious are you about those names you mentioned?
Do I
as
look
well?
like I'm joking?
No, definitely not, but...
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Nearly a year to the day since Crawford beat the brakes of Errol Spence. They were talking about a rematch in December. And then, you know, Spence needed treatment on his eyes, so they claimed they had to cancel the fight. Then the rematch clause expiry date ran out. Why? What? Because Crawford didn't want the fight? Nah. And now, somehow Spence walked into another title shot with Fundora. They're saying it's supposed to be October. Then they're saying November. Now they're saying they have to reschedule the date after that. Errol Spence is not right. Physically or mentally. He's not right. Some would argue he was not right before the Crawford fight. But anything that was going on before that was exacerbated by that beating he took last July from Crawford.
Something just ain't right.
You know, we can go from the Lambo story where he flipped the car over, no broken bones, but who knows what internal damage was done? Who knows? I don't know how he's getting through these medicals. Legit, it could be back on medicals right now. Retina surgery, rib injury before he fought Crawford. They said he was having struggles shedding the weight to prepare for Crawford. He fought Crawford last July. November 2024 would give him 15 months to be ready for Fundora. If you can't do that, it's pretty much a wrap.
It's a rap, nigga.
And he's still not there. I'm assuming it's for Errol Spence there having to change the date. To what date? He could be out 2 years before he goes back in the ring with Fundora. What, he's going to be a better fighter the longer he stays out? Is that the logic here? We know what this is. Like, Fundora is looked upon as an easy way to get Errol back in the title picture. That's how he's being viewed. So they're doing everything they can to stall the fight, get Errol right, and get all the circumstances in his favour. But that looks like a job for Superman right now. I don't think Errol can beat, this version of Errol can beat Fundora. And as much as people speculate it's the physical obstacles he's got to overcome, he's not mentally over that Crawford beating. One of the most one-sided beatings we've seen in such an anticipated fight in the history of boxing.
Boxing. Beats and rhymes. Boxing. Beats and rhymes.
I don't see this as a controversial take, what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say as it is. I'd say Jaime Munguia has been a better fighter for Golden Boy than Virgil Ortiz and Ryan Garcia. Been a more reliable product than them two. Now, he's still with Zanfer, but he signed a co-promotional deal with Top Rank. So he'd be co-promoted by Zanfer and Top Rank. Took the first L of his career, losing a unanimous decision to Canelo. He was flawed, got back up, and he tried his hardest. It was a good scrap, but Canelo was too skilled, too experienced in the all-Mexican showdown. On September the 20th, he'll make his Top Rank debut against Eric Bazanian, a Canadian super middle. Sources say the fight will be in Arizona Footprint Center or the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. Now, why did he leave Golden Boy? Oscar upset Canelo, got rid of the most valued asset, not just on Golden Boy, but in boxing. I mean, that's a real bad screw-up. Oscar, a really shitty promoter, you know. Can't get the quality black fighters to go over there, and he can't keep the top Mexicans to stay there. It's a good signing for Top Rank. It's a good signing. Jaime's a decent fighter, and he's developing quite a fan base, and the Canelo performance won't hurt him attracting more fans. With Ryan out for the rest of the year, and him not being all at the races, the Golden Boy stable looks very depleted. Very depleted. Oscar's got this clap back Thursday thing going on. Maybe Jaime just had enough of all of it. Canelo accused him of stealing money from him. And there's rumours that, you know, Oscar's doing some dodgy shit. And he's putting a lot of people's noses out of joint, including the fighters, it seems. But don't quote that. I don't know if the split was amicable or acrimonious. I don't. Jaime would join forces with Eric Morales again, who wasn't there for the Canelo fight. Freddie Roach was a stopgap, it seems. Morales from Tijuana, like Jaime, he got into politics, and that's why he couldn't train Jaime for the Canelo fight. That's a serious time to get into politics and let your fighter down when he's fighting Canelo.
Jam down, and Deacon, is Golden Boy any better a promotional company? Fishnets is far too busy not paying his fighters and snorting the nose candy. Yeah, Eddie threw a shot at him about undercutting his fighters. Eddie threw a shot. Yeah.
Yard Barker, this website, are suggesting it could be because of Canelo why Jaime left. When Canelo and Oscar were going back and forth, they're saying here he warned Jaime that Oscar was trying to steal his money. And I believe Canelo is from Tijuana as well. This is Jaime's hero. Maybe he believed what Canelo was saying. And maybe there are some indiscrepancies with the money and the business that he's doing with Oscar. And he's putting two and two together. Who knows? It's not a good look, Golden Boy. It's not a good look.
Boxing. Beats and rhymes. Boxing. Beats and rhymes.
A new arena comes into play in the United Kingdom, the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester. On the 24th of August, Regis Progress from America will take on United Kingdom's Jack Catterall. That's the headliner. And Johnny Fisher against Andrei Rudenko will be added. I think that's a decent fight for Johnny at this stage of his career. Some people have said, oh, no. Well, it was okay for Jared Anderson a couple of fights ago. It's a fair test for Johnny. It's a fair test. One that you would hope he gets past. But I think it's a little more difficult than Alan Babbage. I believe it's a little more difficult. Rudenko's took the likes of Zhang the distance, and he's pretty durable. Ajit Kabayel, Yui Fury, Alexander Povetkin, and Lucas Brown when he was unbeaten. He's took them all the distance. He's only been stopped twice in 40 plus bouts. He's got a winning record. 36-7, 22 inside the distance. He's getting a bit old in the tooth now at 40. But this is a good test for Johnny. I think it's acceptable.
Boxing. Beats and rhymes. Boxing. Beats and rhymes.
Blood, blood.